An average Indian today hears the word startup and his eyes sparkle. Because with startups, people see huge growth, huge cash coming in, and with print and electronic media talking about the success of so many startups, I am sure it intrigues everyone right now. Why? Because this has been considered to be the growth engine. Today, even a kirana shop owner might say, oh, I have a startup because this is something I have started and I'm growing it from here. But the Indian economy in the last 6 to 8 years, specifically in the last years post-COVID, has started looking at startups as the solution for their problems. Most Indians view startups as an engine of growth, money, and fulfillment. Of course, there is hard work. But that begs the question, with so many unicorns, so many Sonicorns, and other successful businesses around us, what does it take to start your own company? What does it take to be amongst those who are considered successful? Well, success comes later, but you have to start somewhere. So, if you want to start a business in India and join the gang of startup co-founders and flaunt it everywhere, there are some things you should know. The first thing, you should have a business model. You should have a product. And what do I mean by that? You should be trying to solve a problem that nobody else has solved. For example, think of someone like an urban company. People in cities, and the name is urban company, people in urban areas, in metros, they do not find time to clean their houses, to clean their fans, to do regular jhadu pocha also in their house. They don't have the time to do that. And they would be willing to pay any amount to get that done. So here comes an idea. You pay the person, he comes to your house, he cleans everything, he will even rearrange the utensils after things have been done. Well, that's the dream for all housewives in India. And the housewives can chill, watch TV while the house is getting clean. Well, no more crying before Diwali, your problem is solved. So what urban company did was they tried to solve a problem and they are successful. We'll talk about the parameters of success later. The first thing you should keep in mind is you as a business should be there to solve a problem that no one else has solved. Number 2, what you need is a strong business model and a revenue model. Simply having a problem to solve and having an idea is not going to be enough. You should be able to scale that idea to a level where you are not going around cleaning houses for everyone, but you have a big team that does the job for you. So that is the second point. You need to have a strong business and a revenue model before you start an idea. Number 3, you need funds. You need someone to back your idea. Well, you could have dad's money. Well, most of us don't have that. So where do you get that money from? Today, the startup economy is booming and there are angel investors, there are private equity funds, there are venture capital funds who would invest in your idea if you convince them of the returns this is going to generate. So to convince them of the fact that this business is going to generate returns, you have to go to step 2, which we discussed. You need a strong business and revenue model, which you will present to one of these funds, to one of these angel investors, who will then come up with the best kind of funding that your business needs and help you grow from there. Naturally, they demand answers. Once they have given you funds, they would want answers, how that money was used, what was the return on investment, and within how much time would the payback happen, what is the net present value, so on and so forth. But if you want to start your business today, you will need to get in touch with one of these funds who would be willing to invest in you. Well, you have spoken to a fund, the investment and everything has been secured. There is a commitment. Now what? Now you need to have the right structure for your business. If you think you can function as a sole trader, then you have gotten it all wrong. You need to incorporate this business in the form of a company. And this company, when I say you have to incorporate this business, it has to get registered with a body called the Registrar of Companies, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. There's a process that you have to do. You need a couple of directors, you need a director identification number, you need digital signatures. There are consultants who help you get all of this done. Again, talking of the startup world, there are websites. There are websites that are doing this service for you. You only have to put in the data, they will get in touch with you and they will help you to incorporate a business. My suggestion to you would be, don't go for anything online unless you specifically speak to experts in this field. Company is incorporated, funds have come in, we are at step 4. What after this? Now your business operations start. But just running the business or having that understanding of what works and what doesn't is not going to be enough. You will need a strong marketing team which will take your product or your service to everyone across the world. Somebody who will convince the world on your behalf that this is the product that you should be buying. Enter marketing function. As startups, as new businesses, the one thing that you would need to reach the masses is a strong marketing team. So marketing, I think, is the 5th most important element in incorporating a business and running a successful one. Number 6, you would need a very, very, very strong finance team which will take care of the finances, right from bank operations to payroll processing to your daily inflows and outflows. A strong finance team which is run by a chartered accountant or an ACCA or one of these qualified professionals, they would be, while marketing drives the company, they are the ones who are keeping everything in check and making sure that the company runs in the most profitable manner. Last but not the least, you need someone to keep you in line, which means you need a compliance expert. In India, you have hundreds of different laws and statutes applicable. There is income tax, there is GST, there is Factories Act, there is shop and establishment, there are Startup India regulations. There are so many laws and so many taxes that you need to adhere to and that you need to pay. Now, if you are busy running your business and you end up missing out on these deadlines, if you delay the payments, if you are non-compliant, the authorities will land at your doorstep and they will make your life difficult. So, to prevent this from happening, you need a very strong compliance team to take care of the compliances while you are growing your business. Enter compliance professionals at this stage. So, running a business is not something that you start with your laptop immediately. Well, that is the germ of the idea, but the 7 parts that we discussed are super critical for the success of a business. First, having an idea that solves someone's problems. 2, having a business model, a revenue model which basically explains how exactly are you going to earn money. Number 3, you will need funding from investors. Number 4, you will need to incorporate that with the right structure and have all these compliances in place. Number 5, you would need a strong marketing team to drive the business and take your product or service to different individuals across the world. Number 6, you need a very strong finance team to make sure that costs are in control, accounting is happening properly, and the company stays profitable. And last but not the least, you need a very strong compliance arm to make sure that you are compliant at all times, and at no point do you have the government authorities knocking on your doorstep for the wrong reasons. Well, there's more to running a business, more of that to follow soon.